gonna do? Come on. I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me. No conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
On a warm, late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the New York Jets. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We're going to set.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Waiting.
Watch the run.
Hey, set.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
We're going to set.
Mike, watch 49.
Yo, lady.
Watch tight end. Even. 4 down.
Hey, set.
Darnold from the gun. Got an open man. It's a known one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard
We're going
line.
to set.
Right here, over there, right? 52's the Mike. Watch twist.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pick me up. Here we go. Switch.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. the shotgun. Here's Darnold. Caught by Montgomery. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Hey, lady. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to launch this. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Rock 57. I'm coming for you. Lady. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space?
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Jam. Joker.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
On the ready.
Mike 57. Run. Hey, switch gears.
Get it.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Eason. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week. Forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. On the screen, this is Cannon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, pick your game up.
To throw is Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Go, fast. Ready?
Now running the jet sweep with Benjamin. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go, set. 30 base. Check. Walk 54. Pick it up. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Eason sets up the screen to Gordon. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
March 49. Check. Switch.
Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Get some penetration here.
Running on first down, Eckler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
55. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Eason. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line.
21 yards. First down, Chargers.
Ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Sit. Look at me. Go up. Right up.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Open man is Gordon. Complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to throw. Eason. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Eason. And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score, Chargers 7, Jets 3. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He finds finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, crouch. Check.
Throwing again is Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To the air again, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. There he goes, left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
That's the way to make it spin, baby. That's the way to make it spin.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
Ready, ready.
I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
Here's Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Ready up. 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go.
To throw on second down. Eason. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
Watch it back, watch it back.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. And his throw here is incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, exit. 54, come on. Go.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. So let's see who this is on. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Ready. 8, read. Here we go. Get it.
2nd and 11. And this is complete. It's Allen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Set. 18, Gator.
Come on. Double time. 40.
You're out.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. One more time, it's Cannon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Darnold. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now,
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 98 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Jets 3.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here's Darnold. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
That's another Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna Nwosu picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Save. Young lady. Hey, Delta.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Tight right.
We got three down.
Hey, orbit.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Going deep now for Herndon. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Mike 5-4.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Ready?
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. 12 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie. Shoot.
On second down, Eckler. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Oh, 80. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
I'm coming. Kill. Check the backer.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nunez got it, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Darnold on first down. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Darnold. And incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Okay, let's get the
Darnold to throw again. Herndon's got it complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43. Again, Darnold. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Darnold now to throw. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Montgomery. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
At the 30-yard line.
Ready? Not set. Watch the run. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw on 3rd down. Eason is going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Crowder now to return.
All over you.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, And maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Red 80.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
He's checking. He's checking.
Lady. Crash.
Darnold from the gun. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Lady. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
57. Mike, 57. Yo.
No. Off.
Now Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. That'll bring up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Jets on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be third and a mile.
Check. Tighten up.
Throwing again is Darnold. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for our visitors, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.